So on the channel prior, I reviewed things like the Ghostbusters Ultimate Collection, which is in a replica of a ghost trap, which is like really, really cool. But I thought I was thinking about what other unusual Blu-ray sets or DVD sets had really cool cases, but not ones you would call typical.
It's morphin' time!
Hello, this is Soundout here, and on today's video we're going to be looking at unusual Blu-ray cases. So we had done a video on... I'd done a video on Blu-ray heads, which was just a trend in Blu-rays and DVDs where they came in the heads of the characters from the movies. Go check that video out if you haven't already. That was really popular, so I decided to kind of spin it off into a series of videos talking about Blu-ray and DVD packaging and kind of some of the unusual sets. This video you're watching today will not be a comprehensive list. In fact, I have more examples beyond what I'm going to show you, but I kind of wanted to keep it a little bite-sized because there's a lot in this section of the topic. I pretty much covered all the heads in the other one, but let's talk about some unusual ones in this video. If you like this type of video, please hit the like button, helps get it out to more people, and please hit subscribe and the notification bell, helps the channel grow and continue making videos like this. So we're going to start with the one I've done a whole video on already, which is the Ghostbusters Ultimate Collection. I did a video on this back when it came out, but this is basically a collection of Ghostbusters movies in a box that looks like the Ghost Trap, and I think this set's really cool. I've really enjoyed having it. It's interesting too because it does have a lot of exclusive bonus features. You have a little light in here. So for example, this, when it came out, was a Ghostbusters, Ghostbusters 2, and Ghostbusters Afterlife collection, which was tied into the release of Afterlife. And like Ghostbusters 1 and 2 have like better 4K transfers. There's a whole 2-disc of bonus features that's never been released elsewhere. And there was a reprint of the Making Ghostbusters book included. So a lot of people were going to pick this up just based on the contents, let alone the cool packaging. So let's take a look at some other examples of what I would call similar stylings to this set, but are for different things. All right, let's start with a fun one, the Scooby-Doo Where Are You complete series. Now, this is not the only release of this. They did do a standard packaging version of this later, but this was the 50th anniversary special set for Scooby-Doo Where Are You, which is, of course, the original series. Came with a bunch of bonus features and such, but this is the limited edition version, and what's really cool and very unusual about it is that the box it's in is packaged like a haunted house that the Mystery Inc. gang would go into. The interesting part, too, is you got all the characters here, and then Scooby is actually like a Funko Pop keychain. So he's like there through the window, whereas everyone else is little images, which is, it's kind of funny because you have Scooby there, and then you also have Scooby up at the top. But basically, yeah, you got kind of like a cool, like 3D, there's everybody on the back, 3D kind of little like replica of what is kind of an iconography of the series, especially for the opening. And what's really fun is that you can get into it pretty easily. Just pop the little top here. There's, of course, there's the Scooby keychain, which the only reason I leave it in there is because it fills that window. Otherwise, it would be kind of empty. And then in the back here, we've got, good old digital copy code. We got a Scooby-Doo encyclopedia, which is like a shrunk down version of another book they released. This one's kind of interesting because it kind of goes into like other characters from spin-offs, and then it also has like other Hanna-Barbera characters in it, which is kind of fun. Like, look, Batman and Robin made it because of that one crossover. So it doesn't actually, like, this book isn't specific to like this series, but kind of just Scooby-Doo in general. And then here is the discs, which actually I don't mind the way they're packed because it's in the classic old, I don't want to call it the Warner Brothers plastic tray, but mostly I remember this from Warner Brothers, just like, one disc per slot. I like that a lot. But yeah, you got the whole series here. But it's just kind of a fun box because, everything fits inside of it pretty nice and neat. It's kind of funny. You think it would fit this way, but it's just shallow enough it has to go this way. But it's kind of a fun box set just overall. It's a little bit bigger and more elaborate than the actual like contents really require. But I think it's just kind of a neat set to have. And it's just kind of makes it a little more special than just the standard Blu-ray case. That being said, it does take up a lot more room on a shelf than a standard Blu-ray case would. But if you're kind of into that, I think it's pretty neat, and it's pretty simple. It's not like too hard to manage, and they honestly have like a lot of nice texture on it. Really cool set. In the same realm of almost normal, we have the Battlestar Galactica Complete Series DVD set. This is for the original Battlestar, and it's this really cool raised relief of the Cylon. It's one of the iconic villains of the series. It's even got like a lenticular pulsating eye laser back and forth there, which is really, really cool. My mom loves the original Battlestar Galactica, so when this came out, it was like a must-have. And yeah, it's kind of interesting because you got not only the big old Cylon head, but then the kind of the interior is sort of a normal special edition. This really cool booklet, which my mom did get an autograph on. Where is it? Let's find it. Herbert Jefferson Jr. met him at a convention, and he signed the picture of him right there. Look at that. Isn't that cool? So basically, you got a booklet that's kind of like an episode guide there, and then packed in a lot of foam is the DVD set itself, which is, I'd say reminiscent of the version released at retail, like the standard version, because you can kind of see how it is. This series, it's, as much of it has the heavy legacy it does, it's not super long, but yeah, it's presented here on 6 discs, and they're double-sided because somebody in DVD manufacturing hated us in the 2000s. They're like, yeah, we do double-sided DVDs, and it's like, no, please. Anytime I see it nowadays, I scream, but back then I was like, okay, they didn't know better. But yeah, it's a really cool set, and I think it just kind of stands out like really dramatically. And one of my favorite things about it is that because it's a standalone, right? Like there is, there's a discussion to be had about raised relief heads, which we will have that discussion for like Ninja Turtles or SpongeBob or like Simpsons, where it's like, oh, hey, here's your one season set of Simpsons, but Homer's giant plastic head, and there's not a standard version, so when you put it on the shelf, it's kind of a problem. Here, this is not really a put-on-the-shelf type thing. This is a put-on-top-of-the-shelf type set. And because the entire series in one set, it's pretty dang cool. I really do think this is one of the smarter designs, and it's just really awesome and makes a really great like centerpiece to a collection. Here's a funny one. So this is the Speed Racer Complete Classic Collection DVD set, limited edition. It is a tin of the Mach 5. It is the most squashed and stretched Mach 5. There's not even like tires molded so much as it is just, it is just a warped piece of metal that's vaguely in the shape of the Mach 5, except it's like way too squat. It's not, it doesn't have any of the proportion to it, because it has to hold DVDs. And inside, yeah, you got, the DVDs inside, and we just lost a disc, folks. Okay, disc recovered here. Not a super big fan of this packaging, as you can tell from the discs flying out. We people complain about DVD albums, but yeah, I'm not like a super big fan of the cardboard sleeves either. But like, it's better than what the heck's going on here. But yeah, it's got all the episodes of the original Speed Racer series, dub only. It does have one of the episodes of Speed Racer: The Next Generation and a making of for that, which is wild. But yeah, so it's like, it's just kind of a basic like set. Who did these DVDs? Lionsgate. But the tin is just kind of nuts. I have the Blu-ray of Speed Racer, so it's like I never opened this up to watch it, but it's like the most inconvenient thing to put on a shelf, because it sits like this nicely. That takes up a lot of shelf space. You can't really stand it. I guess you can. Wow, I didn't even test my own theory before doing it here. Yeah, you can stand it up. It's not going to be super stable, but you could stand it upright. It just seems very inconvenient. But it's kind of funny, and again, it's kind of unusual, which is kind of the vibe we're going for here. But yeah, there you go, squashed Mach 5. All right, here's a cool set. We have the Pirates of the Caribbean Ultimate Trilogy Collection. So if you just wanted to have the Pirates movies before they started to lose their purpose, here's the first 3 Pirates of the Caribbean movies in a really cool trilogy pack. Now, there's been other sets for Pirates that have come since. And, they've done other things. They've done, like, treasure chest editions and such. This is the last special edition I bought. I bought the last 2 Pirates movies just single, because I think these kind of work really well as, like, a nice trilogy. So you can see Curse of the Black Pearl. Oh, it's hard to see, actually, because of the reflection. Curse of the Black Pearl, Dead Man's Chest, At World's End. So it's got the 3 different logos. You can see there's all your, like, info. But it's designed to look like the Pirates code book from the movie, which is so cool, because here you got... it opens up like this, so you got nice, easy, but looks like a book like this. And then you do have, like, a part of it, this really elaborate ribbon, honestly. Like, that's pretty intricate. And then, yeah, the Pirates Code of Conduct, and it actually has several pages of the conduct. Actually, let's raise this up like we're doing a book video. Yeah, you actually can go through the Pirates Code of Conduct here, at least for, what was this, Section 1, Section 2, Section 3. There's the articles of piracy from the movie. And so it's kind of like all the info you'd want. You can even use the bookmark. That is such a cool thing because it goes, you have like, yeah, this is like, it's a Blu-ray packaging and it looks like a book, but you can actually pretend it's a book. Like, I think that's just like super cool because they could have just made it look like a book and then you have the Blu-rays inside, but then they actually like took the extra step to really make it special and really make it fun, and I really appreciate that. So yeah, then you flip it open and then you get, of course, your discs here. So these are the movie discs, and it's in a nice cardboard sleeve. I know everybody's favorite. They used to make them sturdier because I've never had an issue with this set in particular. But you got the Blu-ray editions of the 3 movies in here. But what's cool too is you also get the bonus features discs, so you're not losing anything from the separate Blu-rays, which is really, really nice. So yeah, we got 2 discs for Curse of the Black Pearl, 2 discs for Dead Man's Chest, and then 2 discs for At World's End. So that's pretty awesome. It would have been nice if it was just a standard case because they had the room for it, but it's kind of neat. Then it mentions the 7th disc, and that's kind of my favorite part of it, which is that the 7th disc, so you can see it has like the list of some of the movies here, but the 7th disc is actually here, and it's in Jack Sparrow's compass. And the case itself, it's a little tin, and you can just come in here and you can scarily, because it's kind of super tight on there, you can pull your 7th disc out. But it's designed to look like a compass, and the reason why it does that is because it free spins, right? So you can kind of have like a compass effect going on with the case, because it's kind of free spinning in there, a little bit separate from the case itself, which is so cool. Like, that's such a, it's such a specific to this movie type thing. And then on top of that, this has all new bonus features that aren't in any other set. So it kind of makes it like, oh, this is the treasure, and you have to use the compass to find the treasure, and then the treasure's, the compass itself, that kind of thing. It's so cool. I love how this moves and feels, and I love how it's just hidden here, and then you got the movies, and it's almost like one of those books where it's hollowed out to hide something. Like, yeah, you're hidden behind your Pirates Code is your movies, and hidden behind that is your special bonus features. Super fun, super awesome. I felt like the later sets that were like treasure chests were just kind of duller, because it's like, oh yeah, treasure chest. You made a thing that's already curved on one side. Like, yeah, of course you made a treasure chest with Blu-rays in it. This is how you do a Pirates of the Caribbean set. Our last example for today's video, and trust me, I will come back and do more of these because there's plenty to talk about. I couldn't put them all in one video the way I did the headsets. My favorite one of these is Tron. So this is the Ultimate Tron Experience. This was released in time for Tron Legacy's home video release, and this is such a brilliant little set. So this came in a separate box, but what you have is the complete Tron. It's called the Ultimate Tron Experience because at the time it was the complete experience. So there's a little stand here. You can see you got a Clue and Sam Flynn on it, and then on the other side you can see them like crashing into each other. So if you kind of didn't want sort of the, I don't know, could be seen as tacky like name on it, you can flip it around and do that. You then get the actual discs in an identity disc. So it doesn't have the hole through the center like they do in Legacy, but it does have a light feature. So if you get this, oh, don't tell me the batteries died. It was just working like the other day. I just had it on the other day, and now it's not turning on. There we go. It's a little faint at the moment, but you can see it. It lights up the logo in the middle, and it lights up the ring around the side, and it definitely needs some new batteries after all this time. But then what you get inside is, of course, stacked discs, which just makes sense because it's how the design, but you can replace the batteries on this, which I probably will do. So what's contained? Well, we got Tron Legacy on Blu-ray, of course. We got Tron, the original, on Blu-ray as well. You got Tron on DVD, which is funny because the original Tron DVD was a 2-disc set. So you only get disc 1, and they didn't even change the label when they reprinted it. They're just like, it's still disc 1 for the 20th Anniversary Collector's Edition. This isn't a problem because this Blu-ray does contain the bonus features from disc 2. It's just kind of funny from that angle. And then you have the DVD edition of Tron Legacy. So there is that, and that's kind of like what the bottom looks like. I do like that these are here to keep the discs kind of floating so they don't get scratched. But yeah, so you get the DVD and Blu-ray editions of both. There also was a digital copy disc, which I think I left in the box for this, which I can't find. But yeah, so there's like, you know, I think there's room to... No, I think there's not room for one more disc. I think the digital copy disc had to be separate. But really, really cool. Just, it's awesome. It clicks together really nice. You can put it on the stand. If you turn the lights on, you can have it kind of lighting up. Let's see if I can turn my lights off real quick and see if it shows better. Yeah, there you go. Now you can see all the lights. It's a little dimmer than what it used to be, and I'll just have to switch out the batteries. But dang, it's just such a cool presentation and such a great way to, you know, do the discs of Tron as an identity disc. And it's definitely something they could do better with the Legacy design than the original disc design. But I love this. It's always easy to find my Tron stuff because it's not too big. It's just the right size to just kind of pick it up and be like, there's my Tron. And yeah, I really love this this little set. It's brilliant. Folks, it's good to Google before you come on camera. I actually need to correct something on the discs here. I thought about reshooting the whole segment, but I like my whimsy. I went and Googled what the set came with because I was like having a memory of it including the 3D edition of Tron Legacy. Yeah, so I did some screwery here. So I was the one that caused this. So the Blu-ray of Tron, right? That was included. Tron, the classic Blu-ray, included. This is my Tron Disc 1 for my 20th. I threw it in here because the other two discs, besides the DVD version of Legacy, is the 3D version of Legacy, which I was never going to use. I don't have a 3D TV. And the digital copy disc, which I didn't need to use once I redeemed it. So I took out so it was originally, it is supposed to be a 5-disc set. This does fit 5. It did contain Legacy on 3D, Blu-ray, and DVD, the digital copy, and then Tron on Blu-ray. So they did not screw up by just having the disc reprinted with a disc 1. That was me sticking the disc in there so I could have the Tron DVD edition in with the Blu-rays. So it could just be Blu-ray and DVD for both movies. So anyways, I forgot that because it's been 15 years. Yeah, that's my correction because it actually did contain, you know, because here's the original packaging, right? It is, you know, same set. But it did contain the 3D Legacy, Blu-ray Legacy, DVD Legacy, digital copy Legacy, and then the Blu-ray of Tron. So, my bad. Quick correction. Yeah, the extra DVD disc, that was me just sticking it in there for my own convenience. So that was a collection of unusual Blu-ray and DVD cases. There's definitely more to cover. I have some already in my head for another video. Let me know in the comments what you missed from this video. What were you looking for? What are sets you have? What would you think would be interesting to talk about? And I might feature it in an upcoming video. This was fun to do. There's definitely going to be more on the channel, so you want to hit subscribe and the notification bell so you don't miss out, if you haven't already. And also be sure to hit the like button because I do appreciate both those things immensely. This will be a topic we're going to revisit and one we're going to keep coming back to because I think it's interesting to look at the way the packaging has evolved because especially lately, a lot of what we get is, you know, a slipcase at most. Let's go talk about the crazy times when we were getting identity discs and squashed Mach 5s. And if you want to continue this conversation, you can join our Discord server in the link below. Come talk about Blu-rays, DVDs, all kinds of other good stuff down there. And if you want to help support the channel directly to make videos like this possible, consider joining as a channel member. There's perks like early access to videos and member-exclusive live streams. Let's give some special shout-outs to our channel members. Special shout-out to all our channel members, including Spin-54, Toma K, MasterBin95, Forever1000, Super Shaddix Boom, Mr. Smelly Potatoes, Silver Bricks, Travis's Media Madness, Gokai Gamer, Josh Frisch, Muhammad Faiz Daniel, Brenton Yadin, Stephen Hiajosa, Jamie's World, Cameron Meter, Taylor Black, Starhu, Gabriel Saez, Luffy D Monkey, Joy-Con Girl, Mas Fuego, Oni Onichan, Dr. Grid, RC Scorchcore, Crestfallen Thoughts at Midnight, Paul Miller, Colby Massengale, Aggressively Relaxing, Michael, Kaiju1954, and B-Men. Thank you all for your continued support of this channel. You can find me on social media on Blue Sky at Soundout12. You can also find me on Letterboxd at Soundout12. I'm going to start dropping that link down below. I'm just starting on there, so, you know, go check it out if you're interested. You can also find my awesome graphic designer on social media and Discord at DarkClaw643. And you can find Hero Club at hero-club.com for entertainment, news, and more. And until next time, this is Soundout saying goodbye.